Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the HealthEagle Show. This is the first HealthEagle Show for January 2025. We're into the new year, and we've just come back from the USANA Vision Summit in Salt Lake City, where I had an opportunity to speak before the crowd of about 500 people. So here we are, and we wanted to get going right away. So let everybody begin. We got a live stream going. We need to record. Okay, record. All right, where's the record? Okay, the shares, record. There we go. Record to the cloud. There we go. And there we go. Got it. So we are recording. We are live on YouTube, and this is your Health Eagle, and we're going to go get started. So first of all, we wanted to show you a video of some report on vitamin D and cancer, prostate cancer. So I want to go ahead and what is that? It's record to the cloud. Unable to start cloud recording. Your account has used up all the available clouds. Okay, we're going to record to the computer. There we go. All right, so everybody, I'm going to go ahead and share my computer. And wait a minute, let me do just one more thing. I need to make sure that you can hear the video when it's playing. So there's share. Okay, that's good. We're going to share. We want to share that. And we want to share the sound. And we want to optimize for video sharing. Right. And we're going to go to that. And we're going to share this video for you. And what we want to do is get that out of the way. We'll go to here. We'll get it started, and then we'll go to here. All right, everyone.
Now, we've looked at various protective roles of vitamin D against various diseases on this channel before. The effects on immunity. That lack of vitamin D causes reduced immunity. We need vitamin D to maintain good immunity. Protective effect in heart disease, protective effect in diabetes, protective effect in autoimmune disease. And today we want to look at cancers because there's definitely a protective effect in colon cancer. And there's probably a protective effect in prostate cancer. But what we can say for fairly definitively now from the study I'm going to look at today is people with prostate cancer have a much better prognosis if they increase their levels of vitamin D. So really quite an important study, prostate cancer being the most common cancer in men, of course, in the Western world. So let's have a look at this paper here now. So circulating vitamin D levels and mortality in prostate cancer patients, a dose response meta-analysis. So it's dose response because they found the higher the levels of vitamin D, the lower the mortality from people who already had prostate cancer. Now this is not instead of prostate cancer treatments in established medicine. It should be as well as, I would have thought, in most cases. So really, I would have thought everyone with prostate cancer should have their vitamin D levels titrated up. It's a cheap, effective intervention. The most expensive part, of course, is the blood test and trying to get your doctors to do the blood test. The vitamin D itself is cheap, and maybe that's its worst enemy. Big Pharma can't make any money out of it, so the large-scale trials that they do on new medications that they can make lots of money out of aren't being done. That's why we're trying to publicise these benefits on this channel, for example. So this is, check out it's all proper peer-reviewed research. The result, higher vitamin D levels could reduce the risk of death among prostate cancer patients. Prostate gland, of course, adds the seminal, or adds part of the fluid component to the seminal fluid, obviously only present in men. Now, the association of this is the circulating 25-hydroxy vitamin D levels. This is the activated sort of vitamin D in the blood, which is the one we normally measure the levels of. With the prognosis of prostate cancer was what's being studied. They conducted a dose-response meta-analysis looking at different studies. They included 7 eligible cohort studies, adding up to 7,808 patients. So this is a pretty respectable number. So what did they find? The summary of hazard ratios of prostate cancer specific mortality. What they found is for every 20 nanomoles a litre in circulating vitamin D, every time that went up, then the risk of death went down by 9%. Now, unfortunately, in the States, they often use a different measure for vitamin D. So in the UK, we use nanomoles per litre. In the States, they use nanograms per mil. And 20 nanomoles per litre, what you do is divide it by 2.5. So that would give us 8 nanograms per mil, just if you want that comparison. So the hazard ratio was 91. And by the way, that's a very significant result. P equals 0.002. So that's only 2 chances in 1,000 that this result arose by chance. Always important to look at the significance of the result, that this is just not a spontaneous result by chance. That's very, very unlikely with this data. So hazard ratio of 91, giving a protective value of 9%. So you're only 91% as likely to die if you have 20 more nanomoles of vitamin D than if you don't. But the best way to look at it is if it's a 9% protection. That's the way I tend to think of it. So every 20 nanomoles increase in hydroxyvitamin D in the blood was associated with a 9% lower risk of. Now, it was all-cause mortality as well as prostate cancer specific mortality. It gets even more interesting. So the people that had the high levels of vitamin D, for every 20 nanomoles per litre increase, they were 9% less likely to die altogether. So obviously if they had 40 nanomoles per litre increase, that would be 18% less likely to die, which is pretty worth having, that is for sure. But it was all-cause mortality as well as people that died specifically from the complications of prostate cancer. So really quite impressive data, I thought. Pooled hazard ratios were stable and not obviously changed by any single study. So the studies were fairly well in agreement. And no evidence of publication bias was detected. So a good meta-analysis. The authors said this meta-analysis suggested that higher 25-hydroxyvitamin D levels was associated with a reduction of mortality in prostate cancer patients. And vitamin D is an important protective factor in the progression and prognosis of prostate cancer. Now, this study doesn't tell us that vitamin D protects against developing prostate cancer in the first place. It's likely, but it doesn't actually tell us that. So it only tells us what it tells us, obviously. Now, there's an interesting graphic here as well. So this is the risk estimate with 95% confidence intervals for the association between vitamin D and prostate cancer specific mortality. So what we see here is that the hazard ratio goes down, that is the risk of dying goes down as the vitamin D level goes up, as the vitamin D level increases. So as we see at the higher levels that they checked out there, which was about 110. Now these studies here are the higher level studies. These are the lower level studies. So these kind of cancel out into these two lines. Now the reason there's two lines there is there's two different mathematical ways of analysing this data, but you see they're much the same. So I'm not going to go into it because the difference there isn't really isn't significant. But so we see at these kind of levels here, at the 110 level, we're getting these patients are only about 55% as likely to die. In other words, we're seeing something like a 65% protective effect at the higher levels compared to the lower levels of circulating vitamin D. This is really pretty strong findings. How does it work? It's always good if we've got a mechanism that explains these things. Quite a few ways that the authors suggest. It could be that it causes cell cycle arrest, so the out-of-control mitosis that takes place in cancer could be arrested, and it could induce apoptosis. This apoptosis process is that cells that know they've gone wrong spontaneously commit suicide. The lysozyme inside the cell is released and the cell just self-digests. So that is increased by adequate levels of vitamin D, thereby essentially auto-digesting, self-digesting malignant cells. Inhibiting cell proliferation in several prostate cancer cell lines, so it stops the cells from over-dividing, because that's what cancer is. It's an out-of-control cell division process. And protection of prostate epithelial cells from oxidative stress. And a few other mechanisms as well. But the point is that there are plausible biological mechanisms for why this can work. We don't know exactly how it works, but there's plausible mechanisms that it can. So it's a reasonable thing to assume, combined with this empirical data that these studies are giving. We really do need to change national guidelines in the United States and the United Kingdom, where prostate cancer is the #1 cancer, unfortunately, in men. Very common. So will supplementing vitamin D help? So can we transpose this into interventional studies? Well, it looks like we can. The effect of vitamin D3 supplements on developing advanced prostate cancer. This is a secondary analysis of this vital randomized control data, which we've looked at before. And now they gave 4,000 units, which is 100 micrograms of vitamin D a day. Now, this is what I'm taking myself at the moment. I'll probably stop when the sun comes out more and I get more sunshine, but that's not yet in the north of England. So I'm taking 4,000 units of vitamin D a day personally. That's 100 micrograms of vitamin D. And I take that with 100 micrograms of vitamin K2. That's what I'm taking personally. Can't tell you what to take, but that's what I'm taking. Now, relatively small scale study, of course, because as we said, these aren't conducted by the pharmaceutical industry throwing $10 million a trial or more at it, where we would get probably more conclusive results. But the study was still done on 24 out of 44 subjects. 55% showed a decrease in the number of positive cores, that's the number of positive cores on prostate biopsy, or decrease in the Gleason score. Now, the Gleason score is how the histology is graded in prostate cancer. So a higher Gleason score basically means the cells are more undifferentiated, more out of control. So vitamin D is stopping the progression of the Gleason score, or even a decreasing Gleason score, which is really remarkably good news. This is just incredible. And in all the studies that we looked at, there was no adverse effects at all of giving supplementary vitamin D at these levels. No adverse effects at all. But as I say, I take it personally with vitamin K2. So if any calcium is liberated by the increasing vitamin D, it'll go into the bones, not into the tissues. Now, this study just came out a few weeks ago here, this one. Prostate cancer in Black Americans. Appalling rates of morbidity and mortality. So people of African extraction in the Caribbean, in the United States, get more prostate cancer than their white counterparts and their Hispanic counterparts as well, and more than their Latino counterparts. And I'm not sure about the Native American counterparts. Probably, I think they get less as well. But certainly the Black Americans get more than white Americans, more than Hispanic, Latino Americans, way more. Tend to get it at a younger age, tend to get it more aggressively because, of course, the dark skin produces less vitamin D. And this study also shows there's probably some sort of a genetic factor in that as well. But all that does really pragmatically is it magnifies the need for adequate vitamin D levels in Black American men. So do please bear this in mind, because this is such a simple, low-cost health intervention. And we've seen this data repeatedly. Well, it's been repeated many times, this evidence. We've looked at studies recently from the Department of Veterans Affairs, for example, where they found that correcting these very low levels that we often get in Black American men, or indeed people with dark skin, living in northern latitudes generally, getting an appalling amount of this. And it's so easy to correct. So where are we with other cancers? Well, as we said, the large-scale studies aren't really being done because there's no money in this. But the National Institutes of Health in the States, the National Cancer Institute, they're quite clear about this one. Numerous epidemiological studies show that higher intake of blood or blood levels of vitamin D are associated with a reduced risk of colorectal cancer. Again, one of the really common forms of cancer. So I think we can say definitively that we know that adequate levels of vitamin D are going to reduce the incidence of colorectal cancer. We can say that they probably reduce the incidence of prostate cancer. And I think we can say from the evidence of these studies that if someone does get prostate cancer, the mortality is greatly improved if adequate levels of vitamin D are maintained, giving a 9% reduced mortality for every 20 nanomoles per litre increase in vitamin D. So really the question is to policymakers all around the world, why isn't this being done? It's so cheap. We don't need, we're very happy to have high-tech drugs and high-tech treatments and radiotherapy, of course, but why not give this as well? Because in all of the studies, no adverse effects were demonstrated. It's all about risk-benefit analysis. We've got a treatment here with almost certainly high levels of benefit, but even if there weren't, even if it was only potential benefit, because we've got essentially no risk. So why not give a treatment with essentially no risk with almost certainly high levels of benefit that cost nothing? It's a tough one. I really can't see why this is not being universally applied. So spread the word, look at the data for yourself, check it out, see if I've got it wrong. But that's my interpretation of these papers, and thank you for watching. Just before we go, I get lots of questions about the posters. So this is my website here. I'll put the link there. drjohncampbell.co.uk, and you can download all of these posters, including all of these other ones as well.
Alrighty, now I gotta go get rid of this picture here so we can go back and talk about that for just a minute, because vitamin D is such a simple and common vitamin, and it is so readily available, and the implications of Dr. John Campbell here, you know, in reading to us and analyzing that newest study there that came out about vitamin D and its effect on reducing mortality in prostate cancer patients is just phenomenal. And we've seen it in other areas where just simple approaches to vitamins and minerals and so forth can have such a dramatic effect on people. I know I personally have benefited tremendously from my participation in that. You can see my background. You know, that's my new background. That's a real background. Just show right here. This one, reset package. Okay, jumpstart all the shakes. Right, we got the shakes, got face masks, got the C booster. Okay, just so you know, it's just this is a real background. This is something that I really do. I do it on a daily basis. Make sure that I help people as much as possible to understand the health benefits of a healthy lifestyle, active and appropriate exercise, and also great nutrition, and making sure you take the greatest nutrition that's available on Earth, and that's going to be your USANA based upon the third-party analysis that's run on USANA, as well as some of the other things that I'm going to talk about later in the show. But to let you know, your health pack, okay, essentially has in it 1,900 IUs of vitamin D. And then if you take the vitamin D supplement from USANA, you're going to get another 2,000. So essentially, based upon what Dr. Campbell was saying, he said he's taking about 4,000. This would be 4,000 IUs of that. And if you just throw in the Mega Cal D, extra supplement. Let's see if we can show the Mega Cal D. That's an additional 50 or 400 IUs. So you can, just through your normal usage of USANA products, is just get all the vitamin D that you're supposed to have, plus the fact that we also take into account that vitamin D is associated with sunshine and the use of your skin, exposure to the skin. The skin actually converts sunshine into vitamin D, and you have to have balance between the hazards of sunshine versus the benefits of sunshine. But you get in a little bit of that and you add some additional vitamin D, and you're going to be in the range. Now, when we talk to Dr. Ladd, at the Leadership Summit in San Antonio this last fall in November, he said he takes 10,000 IUs of vitamin D and go for that. I think, I've been doing this 4,000 for a long time. And then just most recently, I went up to 6,000 because I added two of this plus my health pack, right? And that would give me essentially 2,000, or excuse me, 6,000 IUs of vitamin D for my own benefit. And so far, okay, we've been looking at this, and as Dr. Campbell was saying, is that there's zero health negative impacts, okay, of taking vitamin D. So I'm looking at it from a standpoint of value and efficacy, right? Is it useful, and does it, is it, from a unit basis, cost unit basis, and then is it useful from for a health basis? And I will tell you that based upon everything that I've seen and following Dr. Campbell for a long time and listening to Dr. Ladd and reading Ask the Scientists, we can do this. Vitamin D is exceedingly important. Take what you personally feel is your appropriate amount. Now, as we age, we know that we have a higher propensity for cancer. Now, the studies that Dr. Campbell was just talking about is not definitive in terms of preventing cancer. It is definitive in terms of reducing the mortality from prostate cancer. And then you've seen it, there are other studies on other diseases and so forth that go into. So I saw this and I wanted to make sure that it was available to you. I follow Dr. Campbell so that I can stay up on what he's talking about. He spoke a long time about the benefits of nutrition in the approach to preventing COVID over that, and go for that. He stays very much involved in the discussion of big pharma and the pressures and so forth on that. So once again, health pack and a D supplement, and that is 4,000 IUs per day, and that's what Dr. Campbell personally takes. Good. Let's go on to the next thing, and that is let's talk about the Vision Summit. And one of the things that I would like to do is go back to share and share some slides with you and talk about those that because there was so much good information in the Vision Summit that we need to get it out. And let's just go. I don't know which ones I'm going to get first. We'll go back to share the screen here. Make sure I don't drop over the. Nope, that's not what I want. This is what I want. And all righty. Let me open up my file photo here first. And we'll go to USANA in desktop right there. And we will go to HealthEagle. And we'll go to HealthEagle Show, and we'll go to Summit folders, and we'll just start at the top one here. And okay, a couple of things. Oh, wait a minute, I got to share. Share my screen, share my screen, share my screen. Go back over here. I need to, where is my share? Okay, let's start again. Get rid of that. Go here, go here. Now we've got it. All right. And we're going to share that one. Okay. If you can see this, that's great. So Sanofi and USANA and Dr. Wentz have announced a great program. And what we want to do is to highlight that to you so we can get started. There is now, in order to connect with Dr. Wentz and his vision and establish a credibility for your businesses, is that the Genevieve has now established a certified functional, well, it is a certified functional medicine facility. It's exclusive differentiation for USANA associates, and it has a two-part program. So we're going to introduce the Sanofi Nutritional Advisor certification, and we're going to announce that Sanofi has a discounted program for detox and rejuvenation. Been announced. Pretty much cuts the price in half for those people who qualify, and you do have to qualify for it. So let's go from there. And no, I don't want to do that. I want to go back to screen sharing, and I want to go back to, I just shut down my files. Okay. I just love it. Let's see if I can open that one. Okay. And now we're going to share this. And now we're going to share it. Okay, let's go backwards again. Don't see it there. Let's share my screen. There it is. Okay. And these are screenshots that actually taken at the Vision Summit. So we have this Sanofi Nutritional Advisor Certificate. So you can get a Nutrition Advisor Certificate issued by Sanofi. Okay, it's a 10-module class certification. It's third-party medical facility Sanofi. So it's Sanofi and Dr. Wentz's vision, nutritional fundamentals, nutrition in today's world, digestive wellness, detoxification, weight loss and trending diets. So you have lifestyle changes for better health, navigating women's health, and USANA product training. And you can sign up for this. It's a $900 value for $149 to get this. And you have to go through the training, and then you have to take the test. Okay, this is not a giveaway. It's a matter of going to school, you're paying tuition. That's the training cost, $149, and you can sign up for this. And we'll get more information on it, but it's a great program to go to. And what next thing I want to do is go to the next slide. Go to the next slide. Boom, 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 boom. Go to the next slide. Let's just go to the next slide then. Okay. All right. I'm assuming that you can see that. I'm hoping that you can see this. It says detox rejuvenation and program. And if everybody see that detox rejuvenation, or do I have to share again?
No, you had to share again.
All right. Well, then we'll share again. All right. So I got to get this out of the way. Get that one out of the way. Oh, please move window away from shared activity. Okay. Okay, let's get that one out of the way. Um, okay, now I need to do this one. All right, I need to go to the next screen. How do I get there? All right, stop share. Okay, and now we got to go back to share. I think that's the one right there. Small screen's hard to see. All right, there we go. So the second piece of the puzzle from Sanoviv is this detox and rejuvenation program. And the 7-day in-resident evaluation and training is normally over $6,000. And USANA and Sanoviv have partnered to reduce that to 2,000 or 2,999 or $3,000. Okay, so $3,000. It's going to include all your lab tests. It's going to have your electrocardiogram, your ultrasound, your medical consultations, your nutrition assessment and consultations, your psychology consultation, your chiropractic assessment and follow-up, your dental evaluation and X-rays. You're going to get your fitness assessment. You're going to get your colon therapy, hydrotherapy. You're going to get your spa treatments. You're going to get your bioenergetic therapies, your max pulse, just everything that goes with it. It's just, and you get 3 months of aftercare support. It's just phenomenal. I was going to go to this program last summer. I was going to, put down the down payment, but I was waiting for the brain scan. And here it is. Now you can't get any better than this. That's half price to go to Sanofi. Can you imagine? You cannot go to an emergency room for 2 hours and spend less than that money. Okay. I mean, we're talking about proactive healthcare and knowledge. Okay. And treatment, and you're going to get it for $3,000. What you do is you get yourself to you sign up, get with Sanoviv. You got to qualify for this because there are qualifications, and we will get those that direct information to you. But you get that, and you get to San Diego. They come and get you at the airport. You'd go to Rosarito with the Sanoviv team, right? And you get put up for 7 days, and it's a toxic-free environment. It's wellness at its max. And you get all these treatments, and then they'll take you back to San Diego to the airport. And it couldn't be easier. It cannot be easier. And Sanoviv is something that you all should to check out and agree to see during your year this year. Okay. So then we'll go to that, and we'll cut that one off, and that's all right. My sharing has stopped, and we will go to the next slide because that's how this thing has to be done. Go back to slides, hit up the next slide. Okay, and we're going to talk about qualifications now. So we're going to go back to share, and we'll go here and go there, and hooray. Okay, so we're now sharing, and the benefits of Sanoviv. We'll just make that a little bit bigger there. There's 2 ways of qualifying for these benefits from Sanoviv. For the Nutrition Advisor Certificate, you need to rank advanced to at least Achiever, right? And you need to achieve Title Rank Commission for 1 week in 2025, so Achiever Plus. All right, so anybody who can do the achiever level performance is going to be able to qualify for signing up for the Nutrition Advisor. Okay, and it will launch on February 3rd. So there'll be live Q&As. So we talk about Sanoviv. You're going to have Director of Nutrition. Sue Ward's going to be talking there starting in March. So the thing is going to launch on February 3rd, and I will be pursuing this Nutrition Advisor Certificate from Sanoviv. I hope you'll join me. All right, so we'll go drop out of that. Okay, we're back out of here. Now I need to go back to my files because I'm going to change. I'm going to go backwards here. There we go. I'll open up this next set of slides. All right. Okay. I wish I'd set this up so that it'd flow well. I'm going to talk a little bit about USANA as a whole here. And I need to go back to share, but I'm going to go back to files and bring this one, this one, this one, and this one. I'm going to open them. Okay, there we are. Got it. Now I'm going to go back to share. Go to there. Go to share. I've been doing this YouTube thing for a long time, and this Zoom meeting thing, and it still boggles my mind how to get all of this done at one time. Okay, now what I wanted to show you this first picture, okay, is that this is USANA Corporation's certificate of registration with the Food and Drug Administration. Now, one of the neat things we've been able to help explain during this, and I had the opportunity to help our folks at the Vision Summit, is that nutrition supplements are food, okay? Food. And even though the Food and Drug Administration has food in its title, it is not part of the FDA charter to approve foods, okay? No food anywhere is approved by the FDA. Okay, can you imagine if everything that you went to the grocery store had to be approved by the FDA? Nobody be eaten. There would be no food because we'd be stuck in the bureaucracy approving foods. Okay, this is ridiculous. They do get involved if there are complaints against particular brands or particular products or lots or something. When something goes out and it's got something wrong with it, they will take action. Okay, but they don't approve food, so they don't approve nutritional supplements. So if anybody says, well, it's not FDA approved, well, no nutrition is FDA approved, not even the nutrition in the actual food you go to the grocery store. Okay. The thing about this certificate is that the USANA facilities for manufacturing its nutritional products are FDA approved. This is the registration. This is the approval document. And it basically enables USANA to manufacture pharmaceutical grade nutrition. The manufacturing facility adheres to the highest levels of protocols for cleanliness and accuracy and quality and potency and the formulation. So if we go to the PDA, okay, we've got the physician's desk reference, or now it's the what is it called? It's online. The products of USANA are approved for as pharmaceutical grade nutrition, and they could be prescribed to you. Okay. It is possible for your doctor to go to the PDA and say, yep, okay, I'm going to prescribe that nutrition to you. There you have it. But it's not an issue of saying that one nutritional product or another nutritional product is FDA approved. None of them are. Okay. It's not in the charter of the FDA to approve products. What it is in the charter of the FDA is to investigate complaints, as well as, in this particular case, authorize the facilities for the manufacture of pharmaceutical grade nutrition. So that's what this is. This is USANA's approval from the FDA to manufacture pharmaceutical grade nutrition. So do you follow that? Does everybody follow that? It's a really important concept to get deep in, because it's one of those complaints. There's always that person, oh, it's not FDA approved. Okay. Yes, you're right. It's not FDA approved, but nothing you eat that's food is FDA approved. Okay. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and kill that one. And then I will come out of that, and then I'll share again. And we'll go to, okay, we've been to that one. We'll go to this one. Not sure which one that is. Okay, so once again, USANA is a science-based company. We do our own research and development, and we also work in tandem and concert with other research activities. And we highlighted our relationship with the University of Beijing School of Traditional Chinese Medicine, TCM, and integrate that. And then also we have papers written and so forth. And getting papers approved for publication requires peer review. So constantly the USANA scientists are being peer reviewed for the accuracy of the product of the research that they do. So I just wanted to highlight that once more to you. All right, we go there, and now we're going to go here. Let's go to this one. All right, so globally, USANA is third-party evaluated by numerous organizations, and these are just 18 of the organizations in the world that evaluate USANA products. And we're just talking about the FDA, but there's the FDA of the Philippines, and that's the FDA of Korea, and around all the Food and Drug Administrations. The Federal Trade Commission is the one that controls our operating inside of the network marketing world, and our involvement in as a publicly traded organization. Right? So all of these organizations are there evaluating USANA. And as far as the products we prepare, the certifications on the labels, making sure that what's on the label is actually in the bottle, and that sort of thing. So just wanted to highlight that one more time. And we'll go back here, and then we'll go. I think I need to go right here. I want to change steps right at the moment. I had the privilege of speaking at the Vision Summit, and I'm honored, truly honored to have been invited to speak. And I'd like to go over just a few of the slides from that presentation now, just to bring you up to speed and to talk about and I am sharing my screen. That is fabulous. Okay, so we're looking at ways of growing inside of USANA, and as far as rank. And we have a multi-tiered incentive rank recognition structure. And the success and dedication and effort, we have to have a genuine belief in the products and business. We have to have perseverance. We have to have have the dedication, we have to have the passion, we have to have the persistence, right? And then we have to have this belief in the products and business. And one of the things that I wanted to highlight to you is trying to build that belief in the products through all of these other things, the proof in the pudding that we are actually supporting the #1 product. Nobody else can do what we could do in regards to the third-party certifications and approvals and so forth of the USANA products, and the science that we do in-house and then cause to happen in our products. So for instance, the Cell Essentials, for instance, it's based upon cell signaling technology. Cell signaling technology was discovered in 2013, USANA productized in 2018, and we patented in cell intelligence technology in 2000, and you have had access to that technology well before anybody else in the whole world had access to that. And that's because we are a science-based organization, and we take pride in bringing the state of the art of nutrition to you. In your USANA business, we've created in USANA the stair step approach to gaining leadership, to developing you as a person, developing you as a leader, and then an elite leader into the business, has this process of step. So as you get involved, you get experience, you get knowledge, you expand yourself, you build your team, you start leading your team, and you create your own leaders. That is the structure, and it's actually built into the leadership levels that we're talking about here, and it's all based upon commission volume points, and that goes directly back to sales volume. You cannot advance, you can get paid except through sales volume. All right, so this is truly one of the things. You cannot get promoted or get paid on just recruiting people. Now, recruiting people who then sell products, yes, but the sales has to take place in order for you to gain the points that are necessary. And products, okay, you sell this one, there's a specific number of sales volume points, and then you get paid on the 20% of the combination of your legs of sales volume that creates the commission volume. All right, so we can get more into detail to talk about it, but essentially we're talking about getting to commission volume points here, CVP. Okay, we need to go to the next slide. We'll just go here. All right. The benefits of rank advancement: increased earnings potential. Of course, that is the main reason for doing this. If you're in the business and you're making rank, you want to do it to increase your earning potential. And then in addition, to help you increase your earning potential, promotion increases your recognition and increases your credibility, which then enhances your ability to present the products. It also enhances your leadership opportunities and gives you all kinds of access to exclusive events, which are to give you more experience, more knowledge, more value to be able to then apply to your business and increase increasing your credibility. So we're going to go here. We're going to start out with sharers and believers and builders. You 50 CVP in a week. That's a share. 100, you double that, you get to be a believer. That's the rank. And then you go to builder at 200 CVP in 1 week. And that's the first 3 steps of the rung of it, of rank progression. So then you go into the Vision Summit range here, and you're also looking to start developing your own downlines. And we go to achievers, directors, and bronze directors. And this is your grow range, okay? And this is where you need to be an achiever. You need 400 CVP in 1 week. And really, this is where your leadership development begins, where you start developing the people who come online below you. And then director is 600 CVP in 1 week, and bronze director is 800 CVP in 1 week. And you start understanding the importance of your 3 business centers, your stacked business centers, being able to multiply your earnings potential at each level, and then figure on how to start developing and recruiting and your retention of your downline. Okay, that's beginnings there. And then we'll go up here, and this is silver and gold. Now, silver requires 1,000 CVP in 1 week. And I will tell you that, and you probably have already figured this out, is that the business that we're in is not easy. Okay, this is no get rich quick problem. Okay, this is all about development It's all about commitment. It's all about effort, and there's got to be a lot of effort, and that persistence and perseverance is critical. Uh, but once again, it is in this network, and this is essentially the silver and gold is where you really begin to appreciate the networking and the follow-up and the leadership and so forth to uh, to build out your business. And these are no small goals. These are no small rewards. These are big deals. Okay, and getting into it, you can appreciate. So a silver director needs 1,000 in the CVP in 1 week, but figure this: gold director has to do that same thing 4 consecutive weeks. 4 consecutive weeks, folks, and that is so important to understand is that in order to do that, you have to prepare, you have to plan, you have to know exactly what you're going to do in order to get to that point. Because and you can't do it alone. You have to have partners, partners to push you, partners to work with you, partners to involve and bring together events and prospects. Okay, and if your downline is working with you, it's a lot easier to get those points at your level. They get benefit, you get benefit, and it works together. So once again, your silver and gold. Let's just apparently that wasn't. We will we'll fix that right there. Okay, now that slides better. So this falls into the lead category. This is your leadership level and processing. So then, and I like that. That was good. It highlighted what we're doing. And then, so when we go to the next level, which is next levels are ruby, emerald, diamond, and star diamonds, and these are your elite leaderships. And this is essentially where it all pays off. All that hard work when you're an achiever and a bronze and a silver and a gold, this is where it starts paying off. It's that Ruby Director is 2,000. So that's twice as hard or even harder than getting to gold. Okay. So you really have to plan for it. Okay. You must focus on your duplication. You have to focus on working with your uplines and taking the advice and developing those detailed strategies that are necessary for your run. You need to get that accountability partner to push and motivate you well in advance of actually going for the goal run, because you have to prepare your downline. Okay, and depending upon how many business centers you have, it will depend upon how complicated the building up of reservoirs of points on one side of your business centers, so that when you bring new people on, you bring them into the weak side, and then you get the points, and it goes up, and then it goes up to the business center, next business center, and you get points. It all plays together. So this is not a simple thing, and you need to work with your mentors and your upline to get that strategy put together and to properly prepare yourself for these runs. And then, of course, Emerald Director is 3,000 CVP, Diamond Director is 4,000 CVP for 4 consecutive weeks. Okay, Star Diamond is 5,000 CVP for 4 consecutive weeks, and then it goes up from there. Our top leader right now is a 21 star Diamond. 21 star Diamond. Oh gosh, yeah. I'm in complete awe of anybody in these rank heres. Even at the silver and gold director, that those are huge achievements. And then these are just amazing, and you start getting the rewards, and you start sharing more with it. And it's all about duplication. Helping others to get to what they want will help you get to what you need. And there we have it. So just let's take a look at the big slide again. Is 50 at sharer, 100 at believer, 200 at builder, achievers 400, director is 600, bronze director is 800, silver is 1,000 CVP per week. Then it goes to gold, which is 1,000 for 4 consecutive weeks, 3,000, 2,000 for ruby, 3,000 for emerald, diamond, and then star diamond. So these are the ranks and the requirements for making those ranks. So I just wanted to share that with you, and we'll go here and let you know that worked out really well. The presentation apparently was well received, and your Health Eagle now is global. Okay, well, we're always global, but I mean within the company, it's I feel humbled by that. So we'll go ahead and stop sharing. Go back here, and then I wanted to highlight one more thing. Where are we on time? Oh, it's almost time. So what we're going to do is we're going to call it quits here. We will be able to share more with you later. There's new products coming out. I'm telling you, we're going to come out with more new products this summer and they're going to be announced at convention. Now remember that the convention now, if you haven't got your tickets now, the price for at 175 is now 195. Okay, 195 starting on the 5th of February. Okay, so get your tickets before they go up even further, or they just aren't available. Okay, this convention will sell out. It's an international convention. There's going to be 100,000 people there. No, I mean we've busted some numbers in the past when we had international conventions, and it takes the whole Salt Palace and the Vivint Center to hold us all. So get your tickets. It's going to be fabulous. There's going to be rewards. There's going to be gifts. There's going to be announcements. For me, the biggest thing is the new products, because I love the science. I love to see the science advance. I love to see how we are taking the research and development and turning it into products that people can actually purchase and use, right? And see the benefits from those packages in those people's hands. I personally like to try every single product, and there's two new products that I'm really, really excited about. They're both drinks. Amino acids are the foundation for proteins. Okay, we're coming out with an amino acid drink, and it's pretty tasty. It's pretty tasty. And it can take the food that you have and help you break it down into the proteins that you need. And you have lots and lots of proteins. So amino acids are a fundamental aspect of a healthy. Then the next one, oh my gosh, okay. It is a circulatory system enhancer. And what it does is going to enhance your nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide is a chemical in your body that dilates your blood vessels, in your capillaries. And dilate means open them up, right? Right. It might be tight. Now they're going to open up. And if they open up, the blood's going to be able to flow easier. It's going to be able to transport your nutrition easier. But think about this, okay? It's going to help prevent clots. It's going to help prevent hardening, and the potential is there. It's nutrition, so you can't say it cures or protects or whatever. You just can't say that. But think about it. If your blood vessels are open, okay, and you've got all these tiny, tiny blood vessels in your brain, right? And now they open up and the blood can flow freely, right? What's that going to do for your risk of stroke? From clotting strokes, okay, because there's the other side is bleeding strokes. You got clotting strokes. What is that going to do for that? What's it going to do for your heart disease? What's it going to do for your ability to recover from exercise? What's it going to do for you? It is amazing. And then if you think about it, okay, What's it going to do for your sexual health? If your blood vessels now are dilated, the blood flow is going to be increased. If you know about sexual health, then you know that blood volume is critical to a male erection. It is also critical to a female erection. Okay, getting sensitivity to the sex organs. All right. We're going to we're going to see how that turns out. We're going to get a lot more information on these new products as time rolls out. But these two new products, the amino acid drink and the circulatory enhancement drink, are going to be game changers. And when you combine that with the fact that USANA is purity, quality, potency, and formulation to get everything right at the right time for us, it's going to be amazing. I just can't tell you how excited I am about these new products coming out. Get your tickets to that. Join the HealthEagle team, or join the global health team. Join me in the global health team to be there together. You're going to have 2 of your members walk the stage. We know that for a fact right now. Now the rest of you can get there too. I mean, I don't, but already we've got 2 people walking the stage. Dave and Gwen Monteith and Dave Monteith and Gwen Ju as a team. They're going to walk, and then your healthy Eagle, right? Your Health Eagle is going to walk the stage and come celebrate with us. And for those of you who are athletes and specifically swimmers, the keynote speaker, is a woman who, at the age of 64, swam the 94 miles or 96 miles between Cuba and Florida. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? So for all you U.S. swim team members and wannabes and training folks and so forth, how motivational can that possibly be for you? And then for any other athletes, it's just fantastic. And for me, I'm looking at these young people at 64 and going, good on them. Oh yeah, what can you do at 60, whatever you are, Dave? And to get to the next level. So if I can be of a service to you, I certainly will be. This is your Health Eagle. Thank you so much for being here tonight, and we will see you next time on the Health Eagle Show. Good night.